what's the difference between me and a mosquito? A mosquito will stop sucking after you slap it.
I am not a cheap whore. I am an affordable slut.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
One time I let this guy take me out to dinner, and after we ordered our food, I go to check my phone. I'm on my phone for like 30 seconds. He got up and left. He didn't even say anything either. He just quietly got up and left.
You too.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, it didn't turn red yet.
No, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Tell me about yourself.
Okay, I'm Gabrielle.
Give each other a chance.
Yeah, let's give each other a chance. Let's okay, you want to do that? I do see you as a friend. No!
So the first girl, why should I pick you? Carmen.
Because I'm the baddest bitch alive. Period. I'm the epitome of beauty, honey. I'm wifey. I do vibe with you. I'm like, I would look cute next to you, do you not think?
The moment of truth, I gotta eliminate one of you. The gal I will be eliminating is Carmen. And the reason I'm eliminating you, Carmen, is you said you're the baddest gal in the UK, and I'm not even sure if you're the baddest in the room right now.
It's not an enjoyable experience for me, and I don't like any of you.
Yeah, I don't get my confidence because of my face. I get my confidence because of my giant knockers.
Excuse me? Kiss or slap?
My bad. Slap.
Slap?
Yeah, slap.
If you see my titty out this summer, I don't need you to tell me. Suck it or don't.
I love putting on just like a very low-key, casual outfit. It's great.
What separates you from the competition? What makes you special?
What competition? If he wanted to, he would. Hear me out. I went on a date with a guy last week, and it was a good date. We had a fun time together. He's a big-time lawyer. He owns 3 to 4 cars. He's doing really well in life. You guys know I'm a model. I'm new to the city. Transplant. Don't even have a car yet. Like, still building up my life out here. Regardless, I expect my date to either pick me up or Uber me to the date. That is just my standard. The first date, he was a perfect gentleman. He picked me up and everything. He calls me today for a second date. He wants to go golfing. I said, great. What time are you picking me up? He's like, well, it's out of the way to pick you up. I just recommend you Uber to me and then we can go on our date. And then I wasn't sure if he meant me Uber myself or him Uber me. So I hung up and I texted him. I was like, hey, I'm excited for Saturday, but just to clarify. He calls me up and he's like, can you clarify your text message? And I said, I was wondering what you meant by the Uber. Were you going to call me an Uber or did you want me to call an Uber for myself? And he said, I recommend you call an Uber for yourself. And I said, oh, well, you know, since this is a date, I prefer you to Uber me or you can pick me up. And he's like, oh, well, I think you could just do it yourself. And my thing is, yes, I can do it myself, but you're asking me on a date. I expect to be taken care of. Pick me up or call me an Uber. The notion that it's too far or too out of the way for the date, it's an inconvenience for me because now I have to pay for part of this date. I have a problem with that. And when I think about it, you guys, like some women, my sister, for example, she won't even pay for an ice cream at the end of the date. And she's been dating her guy for a couple years now, but even the first few months of their dating, she refused to pay for anything. She didn't pay for anything. He was like, can't you just pay for an ice cream after dinner? And she's like, no. And guess what? She moves in with this man. They've been together for 3 years, about to get married. He picked that girl. He didn't pick the girl that was like trying to be nice and pay for her own Uber and pay for her own meal. No, he picked the girl that refused to pay for shit, refused to pay for anything for his ass, and he is in love. He's about to put a ring on it. He pays all the bills. They live together. He pays for everything. And yet, when they first started dating, he tried to play her. He was like, oh, can you just pay for this? No, I'm not paying for anything. Take it or leave it. He took it. So if he wanted to, ladies, he would. Okay, keep your standards high. That's all I gotta say.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
I don't even believe she had a shot with this high-value male, especially with a mustache like that. But let's just say she's telling the truth, because after all, most high-value men aren't handsome or tall, and maybe some are attracted to unconventional-looking females. Her delusion dropped the ball on this big time. That high-value male did a great test to see if she really likes him, to see if she'd spend money to Uber to him, and apparently, she didn't. So these kinds of tests are great because the trash takes itself out. This is why you gotta go Dutch on the first date, and maybe a couple after, especially with modern women today, because they don't deserve traditional benefits and it eliminates you wasting your resources on gold diggers who are quote-unquote dating, more like freeloading for the relationship benefits. And this so-called model, which she claims who supposedly has money, didn't want to invest 1 penny in the relationship. And, you guessed it, she's still single, despite claiming to date so many high-value males. She's the equivalent to a guy winning the lottery several times and losing it all every time. As for why she claims this works despite her being single, it's because she claims her friend did this, refused to pay, and now is getting married. We don't know what her friend looks like or what she exactly does in the relationship to earn it, but I guess unlike this delusional witch, her friend is probably attractive and has suckered a simp with money, and he'll eventually learn the hard way and get divorce robbed and become an 18-year slave for a child support. Because the refusal to pay for her own ice cream, something so small like that, is a hint that she's a leech. It's the gesture that counts, and in this case, showed what type of person she really is. As if a non-virgin, non-traditional woman demanding that he pays for everything wasn't enough of a black flag. Females always take the exception to the rule as gospel. They'll always compare themselves to celebrities and models and act like they're on the same level. Nah, bedwenches, you're not. Beyonce is an outlier because there's only one Jay-Z and only one Beyonce. Like, she can demand a billionaire because she looks good, and I think she was with him before he became a billionaire, ironically. Even more, he cheats on her, yet her ass stays put. She's the queen of strong and independent, but she's married. What does that tell you? She knows the score. Despite being attractive and one of the most successful women in the world, this is the best she'll ever get. There's almost no billionaires who are single who she's attracted to. Let's see these delusional comments. One of the most liked comments, with over 10,000 likes, asks, "Is she being real?" Even other thoughts can't believe what they're hearing. This witch ended her chances with a high-value man over the price of an Uber ride. You cannot make this shit up, as Kevin Samuels used to say. Another comment. So I guess now anyone can call themselves a model. Damn, she's getting roasted. Other thoughts in the comments are not buying into her delusion. And she did this to herself, acting like she's a model.
Gotcha, bitch.
Females will white lie to each other all day, but that hinges on the fact that their ugly hippo friend doesn't act like she's the best thing since sliced bread. And she knows her place, which is being their bouncer and cock-blocking all the dudes trying to talk to her hot friends. But as soon as a female openly acts like she's better than other females and her looks don't match her attitude, the pettiness comes out of the woodworks. 304s have massive egos, and they for damn sure will not let some 3 act like she's hotter than them without her knowing it. Another comment. You are model without a car, but with high standards, impressive. I love it when females get petty and passive-aggressive towards each other. When the deceptive thoughts aim their destruction at each other, there's finally peace in the universe. And the delusional hag who looks like someone's middle-aged uncle responded back. Yup, and I have a lot of men waiting in line to take me out too. Again, she's acting like being a high-priced escort is a flex, if she's telling the truth. That's the only way I can see her scenario being truthful. That all these men know that all they have to do is take her out for her to give up her cheeks at the end of the night. A female who claims to date a lot of high-value males is just being passed around, and this goes for all the attractive females who are being flown out. She's admitting unknowingly to be a discount escort. That's all. The joke's on her either way you look at it. Good luck finding Mr. Perfect Princess. You know she's delusional when other delusional thoughts don't co-sign it, to the point that they're proving red pill tropes. This delusional bag is going to be a cat lady asking where have the good men gone in 5 years after she hits that wall.
So why are you not out there petitioning to abolish the draft? It's honestly really ironic when men bring this up, because abolishing the draft is a very common kind of bullet point within feminist movements, because it is a group of people in power, namely the government, telling people what they can and cannot do with their own bodies. And yet, for some strange reasons, when men bring up the draft, especially as like a gotcha counterpoint to like a feminist movement, it's never them talking about how and why they want to abolish the draft. It's just talking about how they want to make women be in the draft as well. Why do you think that is? Instead of the mindset being, oh, this thing has the potential to hurt men, we should try and abolish it. The mindset is, well, hey, this thing's really harmful and can hurt men, but let's also hurt women as well. It's weird.
And she wonders why she's still single. This proves once again that feminism wants the benefits of a man without the responsibility of a man. During the women's suffrage movement, a majority of women didn't want the responsibility to vote because they'd have to sign up for the draft. And there needs to be a draft because singing peace and love isn't going to stop an invading army at the gates. The problem is, in America, the draft has been misused by the corrupt elites. The same elites who push feminism for fake wars, so of course, most men are against the draft. And what's wrong with making women go on the front lines? Aren't feminists claiming there's no difference between men and women? Isn't a pillar of feminism that women are strong and independent and they can do anything a man can do? Men in the West do want women, especially feminists, to be at the front of the line because they're enjoying a lot of the benefits of men going to war. Women only want to be the CEOs, not the garbage collector or the sewer cleaner. Where are women demanding to be a jackhammer operator on construction sites? Instead, they get paid the same amount on a road construction site holding a sign to slow down the traffic. Let's see these delusional comments. I always ask which war they were drafted into and they never answer. It was their uncle or father who was forced to fight in the Vietnam War, and that was proven to be started off of a lie in the first place. These feminists are truly ignorant of history. Also, if they want to cry about the draft, let me give them a guess on who invented that. Successful societies that are still around today because the feminist societies got conquered and turned into slaves by the enemies at the gates. They do not have a damn draft. We stopped doing that after Vietnam. There will not be a damn draft again. Who's gonna tell them? All males at the age of 18 have to sign up to be drafted or they'll get a felony for not doing so. Failure to register opens new tab is a felony violation of the Military Services Act, and conviction can include imprisonment for up to 5 years and a fine of up to $250,000. Yeah, whatever happened to my body, my choice? Because it's happening to males. They don't see it as a problem. I so hope women are forced to get drafted.
I think I have just lost the one person that I prayed for, all because of my self-sabotaging tendencies. Because God forbid I actually accept good things that are happening to me, because I'm so used to it being a mess. I'm so used to it being toxic. And here I am in the face of a non-toxic situation, in the face of a God-fearing man, in the face of a family man, an amazing person, and I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing.
She left him because she wants to go back to the streets. That's all. She did him a favor because she can't be tamed. As in, a stable, loving relationship isn't enjoyable for her. She wants excitement and toxicity. She wants to think she's getting cheated on and have something to gossip to her friends about. She wants the bad boys and players who will screw her in public places because the thrill of not getting caught is what she lives for. And females are still co-signing her decision. I just went through this and I'm now heartbroken. Be encouraged, sis. You can never lose what's yours. I feel this today. Now the question is, did she completely cut him off, or did she act like she gaslit him into thinking she needed time to herself, like she's the main character becoming a superhero, when in reality, she just wants to sleep around and have him there when she gets tired of being used, because these types of females will always keep the good man in their orbit by dropping breadcrumbs and hints to keep him as a backup plan. And the men in the comments section are cynical. Fumble. We don't leave good men. She knew what she was doing. That's the most positive thing about social media, is that men can get red-pilled without experiencing the train wreck itself. There's blue-pilled males who think all they have to do is treat a female like a queen and they'll live happily ever after. But seeing this video, or videos, will tell them this is a fool's journey. And so they're gonna wonder why these modern women are leaving the guy they all claim they want. Often, nothing you can say as a man to other blue-pilled males will change their perspective or mind on modern women until they see it with their own eyes, an actual female saying the quiet part out loud on camera. Because here's what happens when you don't get red-pilled and you jump head first into a relationship in the feminist West with a modern woman. You learn the hard way.
So I'm extremely fucking pissed right now. I'm extremely frustrated with the child support service and the shit that they put us fucking good dads through. I know there's deadbeat assholes out there and shit like that, but us fucking good dads that do good. Look at all this paperwork I have set up and everything for you. My Zoom call was just now for court to modify my child support and talk about visitation, all the other stuff and everything that she's trying to screw me over. For one child, I pay $860 a month. For the other two children of mine that I have 3 sons, I pay another almost $800 a month in child support. I take care of all medical expenses. Everything comes out of my paycheck. I come home with less than $600 a week. Most of the time, $480 to $500 something, and I am a heavy equipment operator for the railroad. This is bullshit. They gave me 15 minutes. Not once did they let me or ask me any questions that I had any concerns about her income expense report that I have here, or the fact that I drive 57 miles one way just to pick up my son, and she only drives about 9 miles. On Sundays on a drop-off, she drives 28 miles. I drive 41 and a half fucking miles. On certain days where I take her all the way back to his mother's house, I drive 67.8 miles one way. And then on her fucking paperwork, she decided to use my Anthem Blue Cross as she pays medical. $369. She came up with the number of $369. She doesn't pay medical for my children, yet it had nothing to do with any of this. They didn't ask me a fucking question about it. And then she put down that she has $300 in her expenses, $300 in daycare. He doesn't go to a daycare. He is in school till 2:30 every day, and then he's with her. She completely admitted in the Zoom call that she has not paid any daycare in the past 3 months, yet it's on her expense report. She is a single mother with one child, a 6-year-old. She states that she pays $750 in groceries. I have a family of 7, 5 children, 2 stepdaughters, 3 of my own, and I pay around that much, if not more, for groceries, yet it had nothing to do with my expense report. The way the justice system does us fucking dads is absolutely bullshit. I have notes that they didn't even ask about of every time I FaceTime my son, every time I picked up my son, date, location, time, everything. Not once did they ask me about anything or any of my concerns. They only asked her. And then when it was all said and done, they only dropped my child support from $860, $100, just a shy of $100 less. And then they hung the fucking Zoom call up, and I had nothing to say. Fuck you baby mamas that think that they can control their children, and us dads who actually are good. Fuck the child support system.
The anti-family courts only care about the money because they get a cut. On top of that, the federal government matches the money that they get. So our tax dollars are incentivizing theft without our consent. Instead of going to firemen or fixing the roads, our tax money is given to criminals who rob men. Even if the guy was allowed to state his case, it's all up to a judge who needs the child support to pay off their third house. These courts aren't real courts because women are allowed to commit perjury and there is no jury trial. One woman commenter says, "Get a lawyer." Clearly, she's ignorant. Women get lawyers for free. In these cases, because lawyers know the court is biased against the men. Lawyers are the only profession that gets paid for trying and not achieving the win. And as someone replied, family court is a scam. Usually lawyers and judges know each other and will ultimately just drain both parties. There's a documentary on it. The father is going to have to do what screws him over the least. How many years of that lowered child support till he breaks even paying for a lawyer to lower that child support? You have to shell out thousands up front as a response from that comment stated. That's easier said than done. I'm fighting Texas right now, and when I talked to a lawyer, they quoted me $8K. We can't afford that. If the father is barely affording child support payments, how is he going to pay thousands of dollars up front for a lawyer? Sell his car so now he can't get to work on time? Not pay rent for a couple of months so he has to live in his car? Another response. Roful, or rolling on the floor laughing, I got to pay for her lawyer. Tried to get public assistance, but they said I made too much. She took 73% gross off the top. Just goes to show, In these Western gynocentric societies, the best investment women can ever make is not building a business or making a bet in the stock market, but just opening up their legs to the right male and they'll be set for 18 years. So don't let 30 seconds of fun ruin your whole life. Go MGTOW. As always, I wish you tremendous success. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember that if you leave the best comment, you'll get $5. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads, drop a comment, and share it. See you in the next video. Till next time.